Good afternoon, New York City. It's women's basketball action here in the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. Tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, we have the Yeshiva University Maccabees coming in to face your Baruch College Bearcats alongside Joe Stolzer. I'm David Just. Joe, great afternoon for some out-of-conference basketball action for the women. Coming off a tough defeat, really just kind of ran out of legs against Ramapo midweek, trying to turn things around against Yeshiva University coming here 0-2 on the young season.
Yeah, but happy Sunday, David. Happy Sunday, Baruch Nation. David, a lot of good things to take away from that game. Brianna Lopez is really a force to be reckoned with, I think. Morales is really playing with a lot of high energy. And, of course, Kostyal-Larrier is a very, very dynamic player in the same mode as Mia Castillo. So there's a lot of positives, and we mentioned that Coach K has a lot of depth, unlike prior years, that he can go to. So this is a new-look team, and, I'm excited to see their evolution.
Yeah, curious about that depth, Joe. We've seen some players that I think we both expected to play in that Ramapo game not come off the bench, only going with the six-person rotation. And on top of that, Baruch were down, had a negative 11, I should say, in that fourth quarter against Ramapo. Sorry.
No, but remember, he's missing some all-time players. So this is like a learning experience. Idea that the knockdown shooter, she's going to be big in this attack. And I think, David, it comes down to really great defense starting and then really good ball movement, a lot of spacing. And, again, with the depth, let's see, how that gels out. It's a luxury for Coach K.
So we're moments away from tip-off here. It's only a single game today, the men playing yesterday at Keene. So we're moments away from tip-off from Yeshiva. Any last-minute notes, Joe, going into this matchup between the Maccabees and the Bearcats?
Well, I think every opponent is a formidable opponent, but I have a good feeling about the Lady Bearcats based on what I've seen. And, again, we have to accept the fact that we've been blessed to see some great players in the past. And I want Brianna Lopez to kind of really assert herself because I think she can do it, and then have the complementary players.
So we are moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena. We'll turn it over now to Marty Collins for your national anthem and the starting lineups.
Let's face it,
So the lineups are in, and we are moments away from tip-off here at the Arc Arena, coming off a home loss against Ramapo on Wednesday night. Baruch looking to turn things around against this winless Yeshiva team coming in, who already played against Brooklyn College on the young season.
Yeah, but David, you can't count out any opponent any given night. But Baruch's success at home has really been their staple, and we hope it continues. It is a home court advantage.
So it'll be Hannon, it'll be Morales to tip things off. Yeshiva in their road blacks, white numbers, dark blue trim. Baruch in their traditional home whites, light blue numbers, dark blue trim. And we are underway as it'll be Yeshiva to start things off. Schwartz inside to Hannon, looking for options, kicks it out here on the near side. Wide open three on the far side. Baruch a little bit late to close out, around and out. No good. Hannon fighting for it with DeLuca underneath, and she comes down with it and will push for the Bearcats.
The key is that Baruch closes out and keeps moving the hands and feet on defense.
Idea straight on three, and she's got the first bucket of the night. Good ball movement by the Bearcats. Got to close out there on Idea, Joe. She's not afraid to pull.
Well, the key is that the shooters set their feet, and good passing will allow them to set their feet, beat the defender.
Sigmund looking for options. Has Schwartz. Schwartz going to step back over three over the outstretched arms of Idea. No good. Ball's loose, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
This is the second game in a row that I've liked the body language of the Lady Bearcats right off the bat. They're alive, they're focused, they're moving their hands and their feet, and I like the fact that they're switching.
So Lopez quickly into the game for McRae. Kostyal-Larrier working on Hannon. DeLuca picks up the loose ball. Off glass shot, no good. Hannon on the rebound. And at 5'11", she might give the Bearcats some problems. We've seen her active on the glass here in the early going.
DeLuca is a really good supplementary player for the Bearcats.
Sigmund inside to Hannon. Hannon catches, can't finish. Fighting for her own rebound. 1 against 4, though, underneath. Inside out. Schwartz with the floater off back iron. No good. And it's going to be Idea who comes down with it for Baruch. Quick to push. Up ahead of the pack is Kostyal-Larrier. Going in. Drawing some contact. No whistle, though. Well, a little force there, Joe, on the offensive end.
Well, the thing is, I think that, they have to, the Lady Bearcats have to finish strong. You have to extend your arm versus kind of like trying to body it up. But that's going to come. That's going to take time. A lot of these players are new. But the defensive effort is going to dictate this game, David, for the Lady Bearcats.
So the Bearcats forcing the turnover there. Kostyal-Larrier, free throw line jumper around and out. No good. Rebounded there by Maylee Danker. And Hannon has it. A couple bodies hit the floor underneath. That was Hannon that hit the body. Sigmund to, Amkraut. Shot no good, but the foul there is going to be on Kostyal-Larrier. That's going to be her first, and that'll send M. Kraut to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that all that needed to happen there was put a hand in your face to obstruct the vision. But both teams are starting slowly here. And the first team that gets into a rhythm is really going to take over. I want to see Adir's number called.
So a little more than 2 minutes gone. M. Kraut at the line, shooting our first free throws of the afternoon. And good on the second. Baruch lead 3-2. And it'll be Lopez to bring it up for the Bearcats.
Now, Morales hasn't has any touches. She's a really player to watch.
Morales pops out, but it's on the baseline to Kostyal-Larrier. She's double-teamed. Lopez and Morales kind of occupying the same space. Now Morales at the free throw line, turns, puts it on the deck. She's fouled on the floor.
Morales is capable of stepping out and getting a shot from the elbow.
Yeah, too many bodies in the same spot there, Joe, on the beginning of this possession for the Bearcats as they get a fresh 20.
We mentioned spacing is going to be key from the beginning.
Kostyal-Larrier working against the smaller M. Kraut. Can't finish. Blocking foul, though, underneath, and that'll send her to the line. You like to see there, had the size mismatch, Joe, and turned around and attacked.
Well, when you have McRae and you have Mitchell and you have Morales, I mean, those are really productive players that have been throughout the years.
Kostyal-Larrier knocks down her first free throw of the afternoon.
And if there's nothing inside, they need to kick it out to the capable shooter in Idea.
Off on the second as it's Sigmund on the rebound. Schwartz has it on the Bearcats logo up top. Morales out on her at the three-point line. Pick from Hannon left. Schwartz finds her on the cut. Hannon a little too strong on the shot. Ball still loose. McRae rips it away, though. Now it's Lopez over to Idea on the far side, looking for options. Cross-court pass to McRae. McRae puts it on the deck, picks up her dribble, looking for options. Kostyal-Larrier, the cutter, floater in the lane, and she gets that one to go.
That was a fortunate play, but a good cut to save the day.
6-2 lead here for Baruch. As M. Kraut has it now, hands it off to Sigmund. Sigmund into the lane. Kicks it out. Schwartz straight on three. Off left iron, no good. And Lopez chases down that rebound here on the near side. Quick to push the other way. Coach Catrozos wants the tempo to increase. Right inside to Morales. Nice find and able to lay it in with the right hand. And
now,
almost on cue there, Joe. Morales touching the ball.
This is Lopez, what she can do. She's a good distributor, heady ball player.
And Yeshiva chasing it down. Nope, they can't keep it in bounds here on the near side, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Well, what Yeshiva can't do, Joe, is really kind of have some of these unforced errors, giving the Bearcats extra possession, especially when they're looking at an early deficit.
Now, David, having said that, Baruch has to take advantage of the fact that Yeshiva's thinking.
And they don't there as Lopez turns it over into the waiting hands of Schwartz. Nice defense there by Morales to get back in transition. Lopez, stutter step move right into the lane, finds Kostyal-Larrier underneath. Her shot a bit short, ball's batted around. Lopez able to pull down the rebound, puts it low though, allowing some hands from Yeshiva to get in there. And now it's number 11, Mally Danker, into the front court for the Maccabees.
See, I keep telling you, Lopez is going to have a lot to say in these games now.
And it's going to be a travel there from check that. It's actually going to be a timeout for for Yeshiva and Coach Cohen. So with 5:39 remaining here in the first, Baruch lead 8-2. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
David, the Baruch defense is really showing itself, and because there's a advantage favoring Baruch, they're living up to that.
And they just got to take advantage of those turnovers. We've seen a few turnovers here in the early going. Yeshiva yet to hit a shot from the floor as well. 0 of 6 from the field and have 3 turnovers here in the first little over 4 minutes of action.
Yeah, but I think you can see that Lopez has really emerged here. She has some highlight plays. early in this first quarter.
So Schwartz now has it for Yeshiva. Amkraut trying to find Hannon inside, right into the waiting hands of McRae. And Idir comes into the front court with it across the timeline for the Bearcats. Inside to Morales. Morales spins. Nice find there to McRae. Easy layup on the weak side.
David, we've seen some great plays early on. And I think Baruch has to really capitalize on they're going good now. The momentum favors Baruch.
So now Cohen and Zaretsky waiting to check in for Yeshiva. Entrance pass for Hannon. A little outside of her reach. Sigmund on the turnover, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
We haven't even seen the infamous press by Coach K yet. But you know what? It's not needed. But I bet you when he wants to throw a knockout punch, we'll see it.
Half-court defense has been very successful for the Bearcats here in the early portion of this ball game as Idir has it up top. Schwartz out on her. Entry pass to Kostyal-Larrier at the free throw line. Now outside to Idir. Takes the pick from Kostyal-Larrier. Ooh, let's see what the call is going to be off the ball. Nope, they're going to say it was as Idir came across. It's going to be on Schwartz. And that's going to be her first as DeLuca checks back into the game for McRae.
David, if Baruch really has good movement and spacing, this game will be over quickly because Yeshiva will not be able to contend with that.
Idir steps into a three. Way off, though, this time, and it's going to stay right there with the Bearcats. I think they're going to say it went off Zaretsky last. Check that Cohen, who just checked into the game.
Yeah, right now at 10-2, Baruch should not take their foot off the gas pedal.
Kostyal-Larrier gets the inbound. Fadeaway jumper, no good.
Well, these shots in the paint have to really be made. That's really the determining factor in the game.
Amkraut has it on the far side, gives it off to Sigmund. Ball swung around the perimeter. Cohen driving baseline, looking for options. And it's going to be Zaretsky. Check that. Sigmund from the free throw line, able to bank it in off the glass.
Well, that was an uncontested shot in the paint. Those are the ones that hurt.
Kostyal-Larrier turning on Zaretsky. Cross-court pass inside Kostyal-Larrier. Open elbow jumper, and she gets that one. Nothing but twine. 12-4 Baruch lead. A little bit more than 6 minutes gone here in the ball game.
Anything that Baruch wants to run will be successful if they're patient.
And there's a steal there. That's Kostyal-Larrier the other way for the Bearcats. Handed off to Morales at 1-2. Oh, nice find there by Kostyal-Larrier. Lays it in as Morales off the glass.
David, sometimes you want to save these things because they're precious. That's just great. 1, 2, 3, teammates finding each other.
And Baruch setting up in a loose press here as Idir now out on Schwartz. Cohen gets it across to Amkraut on the far side. Amkraut trying to find Zaretsky. Zaretsky working against Morales. Zaretsky backing all the way in. Schwartz going to pull a far side three. And she gets that one to go. Yeshiva, they're going to call it a 2. Check that. Yeshiva desperately needed that one to drop.
It's the closeouts that hurt. You practice that all the time, and then in a game, you kind of don't do it.
Oh, DeLuca almost losing. She does. As it was Amkraut who ripped it away. Ball the other way, transition basket, and it's good from Schwartz. Good find there by Zaretsky. And just like that, a little 4-0 run. Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. It's a timeout for the Baruch Bearcats with 2:42 remaining. Their lead has been cut to 6.
David, the old proverbial, if you let a team hang around, they can hurt you. This is what we're happening now. So smart timeout by Coach K to calm things down, right? This is a temporary momentum shift, but I have confidence in the Lady Bearcats that they'll remedy it.
Just a quick little 4-0 run here by Yeshiva, but, you don't want these things to snowball, and a good use of the timeout there by Coach Katrozos.
If you let a team hang around, they gain confidence. And, this is the growing pains of a marathon of a season, that everything you go through now is going to pay off in January and February.
Kostyal-Larrier turns, gives it off to Lopez. Lopez dribbling into the lane. Floater off the glass, and she gets that one to go between a few hands.
So look at the contributions that Lopez has made early on here. We've been talking about that she's going to emerge. This is her year.
Cohen now inside to Zaretsky. Zaretsky, nice hand there by Lopez, but the ball gets stripped, pulled out almost to Schwartz. High floater, no good. McRae on the rebound. And it'll be Lopez the other way, looking up the court. It's Kostyal-Larrier now on the near side wing. Oh, she's got quick double team.
Well, the movement's got to be fast. You got to pass and go.
DeLuca high, arcing three, and she gets that one to go. Rattles all the way around before dropping.
You know, who does DeLuca remind you of? Angela Baccarella. She was a do-it-all player and scored a bit, and that's what DeLuca is doing. A little bit of everything. Now she hits that shot.
Ooh, Lopez's pass up ahead, intercepted by Schwartz. 2-on-1 here for Yeshiva. Schwartz high off the glass and lays it in.
Well, that's a gimme, right? That's a gimme.
Kostyal-Larrier at the free throw line. She's double teamed, looking for options. Not a lot of movement on the offensive end here for the Bearcats.
They're standing around, David, and that just creates too much of a traffic jam.
Pop out by Larrier. No good. Three, no good. Ball's loose. Morales gets it, gives it inside to McRae. Ooh, can't finish from in tight as Amkraut gets the rebound for Yeshiva.
That was another gimme. You got to finish. Baruch has got to increase their spacing and moving, and everything will go well because of that.
And inbounded on the far side to Leitner, who just checked into the game. Shot there by Zaretsky, no good. Idea waiting for that rebound. Leitner almost came and picked her pocket. As now Idea inside to Morales. Morales right into the lane, shot too strong. McRae fighting for the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball underneath, so that'll stay with the Bearcats. 34.1 remaining here in the first.
Put it this way, the Lady Bearcats are going to get their shot, but they have to have good shot selection and help themselves by setting up shot selections.
Morales, spin move off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, looking for options, goes right back up with it, and able to force that one through. Baruch 21, Yeshiva 10. Yeshiva can hold for the final shot.
This is the maturation of Morales. She's really come on in these first couple of games.
Schwartz, ISO here on the near side against Morales. Takes the pick from Sigmund. Sigmund turns. She'll pull deep two. That's a shot you'll live with, but not the offensive rebound. Zaretsky able to pull that one down. Now Schwartz. Ball still batted around. It's still loose. They got to put it up. Shot no good. Way off. And just like that, after one, Baruch taking an 11-point lead into the break. Baruch 21, Yeshiva 10. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
The Lady Bearcats had a couple of lapses there where they lost their mojo. But I still think, David, it's early, and everybody's kind of getting used to each other. And it's really going to come down to now, we're going to say it often, that if you stand around, you're going to create problems that you don't need. If you move, like you would do in a park game, somebody's going to be open because you're not playing against a really top-notch defense. So if they can make things easier for themselves, things will happen.
And they've been definitely doing it at the defensive end, Joe. Right now, 6 turnovers for Yeshiva. However, Baruch right now only 4 points off those turnovers.
Well, you got to capitalize. And David, this really comes down to basic basketball. We know the potential, no matter who the opponent is, of the Lady Bearcats. But if you can put together 2 great 20-minute halves, or in this case, 4 quarters, you're going to be great. And whether it's the men playing or the girls, in a perfect world. Now, I know down the road they're going to do something almost like that. So as soon as these people really get familiar with themselves, some good times ahead.
So it'll be Schwartz now for Yeshiva on the Bearcats symbol. Gives off to Amkraut on the far side. Sigmund comes to get it. Top of the key. Schwartz now near side dragged the pivot. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And just like that, Joe, first possession for Yeshiva, turnover going back to Baruch.
Well, what good defense caused that. Everybody was in position, and there's not a lot of room for error for Yeshiva.
Morales returns the favor as it's going to go back to Yeshiva on the travel.
Well, this is why coaches either lose their hair or get gray hair, because these are the ones that wake you up in the middle of the night and, you can't handle.
And Kostyal-Larrier denying the inbounds as it was intended for Amkraut. It'll be Mally Denker on the far side to inbound now for Yeshiva. Has Schwartz in the backcourt. Ooh, dangerous passes. Lopez tried to cut that one down. Schwartz-Lopez has been a good matchup here in the early portion of this ball game. Amkraut over to Sigmund. She has the open look. Good pick there by Mally Denker. Shot no good, though, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Well, this is like a defensive challenge for Baruch, because this is not a big-time opponent. They really need to practice what they want to do against better opponents today.
Inbound now to Morales. Ooh, had the backdoor cutter. Didn't see her. Shot no good. McRae going to soar for that rebound. Able to put it back, and it'll be Hannon on the rebound for Yeshiva. Baruch had a potential easy bucket, though, just didn't recognize the backdoor.
Right. Again, David, the points in the paint, you have to make them.
Good ball movement, however, just loses it with Sigmund now inside out, looking for options. Has the cutter. Nope, it's going to be too many steps. I think she overthought it a little bit, or maybe did a bit of a double pump, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah. Baruch, again, I'm going to repeat this. Baruch has to really look at this game as let's really work on the things we need to. It's almost, David, an extended practice, right?
As now Lopez turns. Bounce pass out to Kostyal-Larrier. Inside to Morales. Good find to McRae underneath. Oh, and it rims out. She was right there waiting on the back door.
Everything was, tailor-made. We just didn't finish.
Amkraut now to Sigmund. Bounce pass inside to Hannon. Hannon pushes that shot maybe a bit rushed, as now Lopez the other way up to head to DeLuca. Finds Kostyal-Larrier underneath. Hannon all over her. That foul's going to be on the floor, though. And it's going to be on number 23, Hannon. That's going to be her second.
I would like to see Morales go to work. I'd like to see her continue to get repetitions and confidence, because she's going to be big as the season goes on.
And inbound here, DeLuca has it. Takes the foul there. The foul there is going to be on 13, Amkraut. That's going to be her only second team foul here in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Idir to inbound in front of the Yeshiva bench. It's Lopez back to Idir. Cross-court pass to DeLuca. Inside out to Kostyal-Larrier. Cross-court pass now to Idir. DeLuca straight on. She'll pull the three. And she gets it to go. Big shot there. Nope, they're going to call that a two. Check that, 23-10, and that's the first points of your second quarter.
That's a heads-up pass by Idir. She saw the open DeLuca, who had her feet set.
DeLuca trailing the play just a little bit, a little overzealous with the hands, and that'll be side out right here with Mally Denker right in front of the Bearcat bench.
If the Lady Bearcats just stay with their man, they'll be fine. No need to foul, David. Just stay in front.
Leitner gets the inbound. Ball swung around the perimeter. Amkraut far side, dribbles into the lane, step back jumper. Shot way short. However, they may get bailed out there as it hit, I think, the shoulder of Kostyal-Larrier, and it'll stay right there.
Right, a hand in the face to contest. That's all you need. And, of course, find your man and box out. Bless you.
Man, good find there off the inbounds as it's Sigmund laying it in easy at the basket.
Yeah, I think easy is the operative word.
And Idir inside out. Kostyal-Larrier, three ball right wing. No good. Morales skies for the rebound. Morales fouled. They're going to say it was on the floor before she went up with it. And it's going to be again on 23. That's going to be Hannon's third. Already here in the early portion of the first half.
Yeah, what Yeshiva's doing is just standing around, and Morales just happened to be in a crowded area. But, again, great play.
Nice find there. Kostyal-Larrier lays it in off the glass.
That's going to be there all day for Baruch if they're patient and take advantage of it. A cut, a pass, basket.
So now Sigmund has a clear path to the basket. No one's picking her up. Nice move there and finishing with the left hand. Morales was caught between two minds, covering the ball handler and also making sure her man doesn't get exposed on the weak side.
Well, Yeshiva had a little highlight for themselves there.
Kostyal-Larrier working against Leitner. Handoff to DeLuca. She'll pull from the elbow, and she gets that one to go. DeLuca has 5 straight points. Well, 5 out of 7, I should say.
Remember, DeLuca is not the first or second option, and she's scoring.
Having a strong game here in the first half. She's got 5. Make that 7, excuse me.
Yeah, you can see that Coach K really has a lot of options. Every game we see that. Now, when Coach K is yelling, look inside, remember, if it gets bottled up, you got to be able to kick it out. There's going to be somebody open.
Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. He's not liking what he's seen on the offensive end. But to your point, Joe, when they kick it out, they do have the shooters on the floor between Kostyal-Larrier, DeLuca, and Idir to hit those outside shots.
You need, David, you need a good point guard and a good post-up play. That's the ingredients. And then you go with other stuff. And it's got to be bang, bang. So I think it's just a learning experience when it gets bottled up, be able to have the wherewithal to kick. And the guys out there have to be ready, catch, and shoot. And I can't wait to see that because I think that is brewing for that. Coach K, great timeout to maybe point that out. If it gets bottled up, kick it out.
Idir, the best shooter out of them all on in terms of from the downtown, 36% from the behind the arc. As Kostyal-Larrier knocks down the mid-range on the baseline.
Kostyal-Larrier, great player, but guess what? She doesn't have to be superwoman. She has help. What a luxury.
Amkraut inside, baseline, free throw line jumper, just a bit short. And Kostyal-Larrier gets the rebound up ahead to Lopez. Goes right into the lane. She's fouled, shot no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see who that's on. Just waiting for a number here. Yep, that's going to be on Schwartz, her second. And Hannon already in foul trouble. Schwartz has a pair as well.
Now, Brianna Lopez is an interesting play because if you need to run, she can be like the leader of that. If you need to play half court, I like to see the ball to get to Morales, and then she starts the kick-out situations.
As Lopez off on the first. And yeah, to your point, Joe, Morales, a few times we've seen her actually catch the ball kind of in that free throw line elbow area and have an opportunity also to find the backdoor cut, which has been McRae in a lot of those options.
Well, either she can kick out or look for the cut. Yeah, definitely.
And Cohen almost turns it over there. Molly Dunker on the far side. Driving baseline shot. They think they're going to say it was on the floor. Sorry, I'm just seeing what was here. They're going to call that they're going to call it out on the floor. I thought they were calling that an and one for a second. Nice play there by Molly Dunker, but the shot won't count, so it'll be Yeshiva's ball underneath as they trail by 16.
I think some of the refs were confused.
I think I was a little confused, to be fair, as well. As Cohen leaves it behind, Kostyal-Larrier has a chance to go coast to coast and lay it in. She's fouled on the way up. Shot no good. Nice job there by Cohen, to be fair, to make sure that Kostyal-Larrier didn't make that shot. And that's actually going to be on Sigmund, not Cohen. And it'll send Kostyal-Larrier to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, now what's happening at 30-14 with 5:20 to go, Coach K does not want Baruch to take their foot off the gas pedal. And, again, this is sort of a practice of trying to work on things which are going to prevail moving forward. And that's the script of today.
Kostyal-Larrier knocks down the second. 102 from the line. Baruch lead 31-14. Zaretsky back into the ball game for the Maccabees.
Now, we know Baruch's offense can have many options, but defensively, they really have to gain confidence that they can just get stops when needed.
Cohen now around the pick from Sigmund into the lane. Yep, she took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Well, that was great defense because by keeping your feet moving, you force the player to, be disrupted.
So it'll be Amkraut here on the near side. Sigmund, Zaretsky posting up idea. Ball move around perimeter. Now Schwartz. Kicks it outside to Sigmund. Schwartz thinks about the shot, puts it on the deck instead. Bounce pass inside. Zaretsky trying to work on idea. Zaretsky, nice move with the right hand. Able to finish underneath.
Yeah, that was too easy. Again, David, we're always going to talk about points in the paint. You have to take that away.
Around and out, no good, but Morales finishing up and able to lay it in.
Morales never stops working.
And it's going to be a timeout for Yeshiva as Coach Cohen wants to talk things over. 4:08 remaining here in the first half. Baruch doubling up Yeshiva right now, 33-16. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
We're in good shape, David. A couple of, plays taken off earlier, but now Baruch has so many, we're going to mention it, has so many options to right the ship, which Coach K has as a luxury.
And really just kind of more of the same, Joe. If they can kind of keep up this pace, they're going to walk out here with it. Looks like potentially a big win this afternoon.
Well, the thing is, David, to your point, I think it's not so much a win. It's when you're playing a lesser opponent, A, don't let them hang around, and B, don't get caught up in being lackadaisical, make mistakes. You want to be on the top of everything because the next game may be a tougher opponent, but since you're in that mindset, you're ready. So this is where the coaching comes in, and great coaching on the part of Baruch.
Make sure you don't take your foot off the gas either, as
right.
built up a nice first half lead here. As we are coming in on 4 minutes remaining in the first half, Baruch lead 33-16. It'll be Sigmund inbound right in front of us here at the scorer's table. Amkraut has it on the logo. Takes the pick from Sigmund, going left. Step back jumper over to the outstretched hand of Idea and knocks that one down.
Well, again, that was a good shot, and I believe the defense was there. So let's credit Yeshiva.
And just like that, Baruch are in the bonus, so they'll go to the line to shoot two. As Amkraut just a little overzealous on the defensive end.
Yeah, they have to, really take away anything that Yeshiva tries to execute.
And Lopez off on the first. And can't hit the second. Oh, Morales tried to get the rebound. Nope, went off her hand last. And it'll go back, to Yeshiva.
Well, you want to make your free throws because, again, you're giving Yeshiva a chance to execute something. You want to continue to do as much positive as you can.
Especially when you're in the bonus there, Joe, because you'll have some free opportunities coming up.
Well, free is what free throws are, and you really want to take advantage of it because sometime down the road, David, you're going to need those to win a game.
Sigmund pops out, drives into the lane, floater. And she gets that one to go, and just like that, a 4-0 run for Yeshiva.
Right. Well, that's the defensive lapse.
Hand off to Idea. Idea driving baseline, looking for options. Kicks it outside to Kostyal-Larrier straight on. She drives into the lane and can't finish with the right hand. Rolls out. And they're going to say, I think it's going to be a foul there. Yep, on Morales. Loose ball fouls. They were fighting for position underneath.
Well, those are those points in the paint that are missed. And, you just want to get really good at that. Finishing is so important.
So Sigmund up top, Ledesma on her, who just checked into the game. Open look for Amkraut as Lopez and Kostyal-Larrier, a little miscommunication on who was going to pop out on the three. And just like that, Joe, 7-0 run since that last time out.
Yeah, this is the second time Yeshiva got some momentum.
And let's see who that goes off of last. I think it's gonna go back to Yeshiva. So giving them a little bit of momentum over the last minute and a half right before halftime.
Well, let's credit Yeshiva. They're not giving up, okay? We know that. But Baruch has to, in this chess game, when one person does something, come back again and counter it. And, again, you're going to be, I keep mentioning, you're going to be better in January because of the things you corrected now in November.
Zaretsky hits a cutting Schwartz. Schwartz, mid-range jumper, too strong. Zaretsky on the offensive glass, lays it up. No, can't finish. It's McRae who rips down the rebound. Has DeLuca on the near side. 3-ball Kostyal-Larrier, a little too strong. McRae chases down the rebound. Gives it off to Kostyal-Larrier again. Crossover move at the free throw line. Runs into Sigmund. They're going to call that a block, and that'll send Kostyal-Larrier back to the line to shoot two.
Now, Ledesma, we haven't seen much of her, so let's see how she blends in with the other players.
And hits the second. So 35-23, Baruch lead coming in on 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Now, Coach K would like to go into the locker room with a good defensive stand.
Ball swung around the perimeter. It's Amkraut on the far side calling for the pick. Hand off to Schwartz. Schwartz going in towards the key. Ooh, right through the waiting hands of Cohen. Schwartz maybe a little high on the pass. And Baruch fortunate there, going to get the ball back with 1:45 remaining.
Yeah, the defense helped out. But now I still want to see, as we end the first half, want to see some offensive continuity.
Sloppy entrance pass there as Cohen goes the other way. Lays it in. Ooh, all the way around. No good. Ball batted out into the waiting hands of Morales. She's stripped from behind by Sigmund, who's able to lay it in with the left hand.
Yeah, that's got to really rip you apart inside. These freebies. It's not Christmas yet to be giving out presents.
Kostyal-Larrier. DeLuca over to Kostyal-Larrier. Dribbles inside. Ledesma pulls up from the baseline. Shot too strong. McRae fighting for the rebound into that waiting hand to Morales, but she loses it. And Sigmund comes out of the pack with it for Yeshiva. Schwartz leaking out, but can't find her. Instead, it's inside to Cohen. Ball's loose. Nope, it's going to be kicked back outside to Sigmund here, and they'll set up with the fresh 20. Cohen, far side three, too strong. Another offensive rebound there, this time Zaretsky. Bounce pass to Schwartz. Schwartz, high floater, no good. And Morales able to rip that one down, and she'll push the other way for the Bearcats.
Well, Yeshiva David is playing.
And Morales going coast to coast, can't finish. McRae gets that knocked around, saves it. Nope, she stepped on the end line. It's going to go back to Yeshiva, 30.5. They can hold for the final shot.
Yeah, Yeshiva's playing. That's one thing. But we'll talk about this at halftime. Baruch standing around a lot, and that's taken away from any fluidity on offense.
So Schwartz will walk it up. DeLuca picks her up at the midway line. Inside to Zaretsky, almost loses it, may have lost it, nope, gets it back. Zaretsky bounce pass inside, that's over to Lopez though, quickly the other way up ahead to DeLuca. DeLuca going into the lane, lays it in, can't finish, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Okay, well, it's not like the Lady Bearcats aren't trying. Hopefully they'll turn it around and start to make shots, but the shots are there.
to the back end of the 2. And DeLuca gets that one to drop. Baruch 36, Yeshiva 25. Yeshiva have to move, though. 5 seconds left here in the half.
Well,
Schwartz, crossover, hop step into the lane. Aaron shot way off. It's going to be out of bounds. Nope, it'll be the end of the first half. So it was 1:17, about the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. It's now 11 going into the break.
Coach K 100% will have to point out at halftime that you're letting a team just hang around, and that's a recipe for disaster. Baruch should treat this game as kind of a, how do we get better in January? Well, we took an opponent that we were clearly better at, and we just executed. So that, David, that's really what it comes down to.
And they haven't executed much in the second half, Joe. Shot 48% from the field in the first quarter, only 33% here in the second.
Well, a lot of points in the paints missed, and also just standing around. And sometimes you come up with something because you stood around, but I think Coach K and his staff want that fluidity that is really going to make things easy. Right now, things are coming hard offensively, David. Defensively, Baruch, they give up a shot. It's not like they didn't contest, but okay, give credit to Yeshiva. But the picture now is offensively, let's get into a rhythm. David, I don't know if it's lack of a traditional point guard or it's just simply, they're not passing, basically, looking to pass.
Yeah, Kostyal-Larrier leading all players for the Bearcats in assists with 3. Morales, DeLuca, and Lopez all have 2 apiece. However, to your point, Joe, no one really ball dominant there.
No, I want to see sharing the ball, and just whomever. Wasn't it great when there was like a bang bang cut and pass? It happened often in the first quarter and second quarter. So that's going to be a perfect world if in the third and fourth quarter Baruch can have a lot of movement creating attempts.
Yeah, so we'll step aside now with about 13 minutes until the second half. We'll come back in 10 to preview your second half. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. Welcome back to the Arc Arena. It's a single header for us today here at the Arc, which is a little bit out of character for Baruch basketball. But the women are up against Yeshiva 36-25. However, it was a 17-point lead in that second quarter. Yeshiva going on a bit of a run right before halftime to cut it to 11.
Well, David, what we saw in the first two quarters was a team that had some great moments, great passing with a finish, and then they kind of got into a lull, and that's something that you're going to grow out of as the season goes on because the coaching is great. Yeshiva is just kind of, again, proverbial hanging around, and you don't want to let them get confidence and start to, think highly of themselves, and then they score. Respectfully, you don't want to blow a team out. So Baruch just has to really execute and just, at this point, have better ball movement and spacing and share the ball. Really, that's it.
Yeah,
it's basketball 101.
And I don't even know if you're really concerned about blowing them out at this point because you almost let them back into the game late in that second quarter. Really just kind of getting back to what you were so successful with in the first.
Well, blowing out is a huge term, but I mean, there is a respect. It's two city schools and, all of that. But I think Coach K secretly wants to see really good basic basketball. And you're only as good as, how little turnovers you commit. So, Baruch, again, this is early in the season. Everybody's trying to figure out where, their identity. But I like what they see. I like what I see. So let's enjoy this second half, beginning with the third quarter.
And Baruch will start with the ball. It's going to be Isabella Kostyal-Larrier who now has it. Morales, DeLuca, and Lopez for the Bearcats. It's Sigmund, Schwartz, Hannon starting the second half. As just like that, Baruch turn it over. Molly Dunker and Amkraut for the Maccabees.
Well, again, Baruch didn't take advantage. I like it when they come out, scoring or defensive stop and to start off the third quarter. That sets the tone.
And I think we might have stayed out of bounds or kickball, so it'll stay right there with the Maccabees. Quiet Arc Arena here this afternoon at Baruch College as Hannon goes up strong with the right hand working on Morales.
Well, that's a gimme. Again, David, that's what coaches get great quickly with things like that.
Kostyal-Larrier now, elbow jumper. Defense sags off, can't get the shot to go. And it'll be Amkraut who comes down with the rebound. Inside to Hannon, right through her hands. However, Schwartz waiting there. Ooh, couldn't get the English to go. Hannon cleans up the offensive glass. And just like that, 7-point lead.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a turnover there from the Bearcats on the inbound. Sloppy play.
David, I don't think Coach K wants to call a timeout, but he has to be concerned. You always want to come out strong out of the locker room.
Now Cohen, who just checked into the game. She pulls a three near side. Long rebound. Hannon runs that one down. Cohen now into the lane, looking for options. Bounce pass outside. Sigmund on the far side. Nope. Took too many steps. And it's going to go back to Baruch.
Yeah, I think Baruch has to turn up their intensity. By that I mean deny the ball, entry passes, and just really get in to their opponent.
So it's Morales again giving it right back. And really some sloppy play here, Joe, to start the second half.
You know what, David? The sloppy play comes sometimes when you have some mental lapses and you're not locked in. And as a coach, you have to remedy that really quickly. Inside out.
It's going to be Amkraut on the far side. Mid-range jumper's good. And an 11-point halftime lead within a minute and a half is down to 5. 36-31 Baruch lead.
Well,
just a kind of a continuation here, Joe, from the second quarter.
Yeah, this is a little confusing, David.
Morales. Wild shot, no good. And just like that, Lopez to check back into the game.
Right now, the Lady Bearcats are hurting because they don't have that traditional lead guard to right the ship. So someone is going to have to step up and get their teammates into a different mindset.
Now Schwartz over to Cohen here on the near side. Inside to Hannon. Hannon has size. Trying to go to work. A bit of a wild shot off the glass. DeLuca comes down with the rebound. Ooh, nice behind the back dribble into the front court. Kostyal-Larrier got turned around, but able to run that one down on the far side. Finds the cutting idea. Good find underneath to McRae. Nice little scoop pass around the defender, and McRae's able to lay it in.
I've seen flashes from Idea of a great passing. We know her as a knockdown shooter, but she has to emerge as kind of like a point forward.
That's her second assist on the young afternoon here as Cohen now into the lane. Ooh, leaves it behind. McRae takes it back, and that's going to be a foul there on Cohen as Baruch we're getting out into transition. That's going to be the first team foul for the Maccabees. Cohen's first.
David, in the first 3 quarters of this game, I've seen some really great plays from one teammate to another by the Lady Bearcats, which I really didn't see in the past couple of years. That's a really compliment to this new 25-26 team.
Kostyal-Larrier bounce pass inside. McRae can't finish as it's rebounded here by Yeshiva. McRae trying to chase down Amcrow. Does. Gets a nice hand in there, and now it's quickly the other way with the Bearcats. Kostyal-Larrier right into the lane, pulls up, spins around, pulls her in mid-range, all the way around and out. And it's going to go back to the Maccabees.
Well,
you know, doing everything right there, Joe. Sorry. Cut you off, except for getting the ball in the basket.
Every game I make the comment, can we get a little WD-40 on the rims? Because these shots are down, but they find a way out.
They're just not listening to you, Joe.
I know. I'm going to have to make a call.
You need some more pull here at the at Baruch College as Amcrow now, I think, might have dribbled it off her own foot. However, DeLuca does the exact same. Leaves it behind. Kostyal-Larrier now to Idea, near side three. All the way around, no good. Ball still loose. It's going to be Schwartz trying to save it, and it'll stay right there with the Bearcats.
Well, at 38-31, Yeshiva has the edge here in this third quarter.
Definitely having some of the momentum as the inbound to McRae. Now over to Lopez. Idea going to pop out near side. Drives into the lane. Finds McRae underneath. McRae trying to work. Gives it outside to Kostyal-Larrier. Excuse me, check that's DeLuca on the far side. And Lopez saves it from going out of bounds, right? Kostyal-Larrier now with the ball at the free throw line. Bounce pass over to McRae on the far side. Mid-range jumper, and she gets that one to go off the bounce.
Well, David, what a surprise. McRae, not known for her scoring. We do know her for her energetic play. But that's a plus now. Maybe she's the one that steps up.
She's also got 8 rebounds here. And we're only in the third. Sigmund now has it on the near side. Pull up. Schwartz, fouled on the way up. Couldn't get that one to go, but she'll get a chance for some free points at the line.
Unfortunately, the balls are finding Yeshiva players. And as a coach, you just want people to box out and just get the rebounds. And especially loose balls, if you keep your hands moving, you're going to get deflections and, go down court.
40-32, Baruch lead. Bit walking on eggshells, though, for the Bearcats as they were up 17 in the second. Shot no good on the free throw. However, Hannon able to swallow up the loose ball. And it's going to be another foul there, and it's going to send Hannon to the line to shoot 2.
David, in all sports there's that proverbial trap game. I don't want to say that, but sometimes there's what they call a trap where you come in and you should have won the game, but for whatever reason, you didn't take care of your business.
And Hannon knocks down the first. And 2 for 2 from the line, so it's 40-34.
Well, got to have a good offensive possession here and change this momentum.
Crossover move by Idea. She's fouled out here on the floor, so it'll stay with Baruch side out.
I'd like to see Idea take over a game. I think she has all the ability to do that.
A nice play there by Morales to lay it in.
Morales, I see, has been somebody that changes the momentum in the past.
And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Cohen with 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the third. Baruch have gotten that lead slightly larger, back up to 8 points. But you're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
David, what you have to do now if you're Coach K is you have to look at each player in the eye and challenge them to say, you know what, you've been playing around. Let's take care of business now. Because, again, he's thinking of the next game. If you do some bad things here, it may carry over. So you're always planning ahead.
Yeah, and they can't really ideate on that next game too much as they're in a bit of a back-and-forth battle here with Yeshiva, which have had the lead down to 5 at one point here in the third.
Well, Yeshiva is going to play hard in the context of what hard is for them. But we just have to see Baruch adapt and adjust at this point with 5:01 left in the third period.
Ball swung around the perimeter here. Ooh, Schwartz almost threw that into no man's land. Good job by her holding it up. It's going to be Molly Donker, shot no good on the near side, and it's going to be Lopez who comes away with it. Up ahead to McRae. McRae almost lost it. Finds the cutting Kostyal-Larrier, no good, but however, Morales on the rebound outside to Lopez. Inside out, Kostyal-Larrier on the baseline. Bounce pass inside to Idea. That's knocked away. Ball's kicked around on the floor. And Amkraut, it's going to be a travel there on Amkraut.
David, what the Lady Bearcats have to do is really look up at the clock and say, you know what, we're not going to go until about 10 seconds left. And before that, move the ball around.
In entrance pass to Kostyal-Larrier. Now over to McRae. McRae off the glass and able to finish. Nice job there. Getting into position and able to finish over the outstretched arm.
Yeah, listen, we've seen McRae and Mitchell really score and also play relentless. And maybe this is the antidote for the Lady Bearcats now.
Schwartz, deep three. Shot no good. Morales comes down with the rebound for Baruch.
Wow, that was a Steph Curry imitation. Thank you, Joe.
Lopez now over to Kostyal-Larrier on the far side. Idea straight on. She'll pull the three. And she gets that one to go off back iron. Nice shot there. Big shot for the Bearcats, stretching their lead back to 13.
That was a great shot by Idea. I'll tell you, once she sets her feet, she's a real knockdown shooter.
Molly Donker now inside to Hannon. Hannon playing with 3 fouls. She loses it. It was Morales and Idea both in there. Lopez going the other way. Lopez right to the glass and able to finish off the rim. Good job there by Lopez to increase the tempo.
Good defense leads to a finish. That's what we want to see.
Lopez 5 points on 2 of 2 from the field. Go along with a couple of assists and 5 boards. And a turnover there from Yeshiva as Kostyal-Larrier comes away with it. Up ahead to Idea on the far side wing.
Well, David, defense caused that turnover.
Nice find there by Lopez. Morales puts it on the deck, shot a bit too strong. McRae fighting for it underneath. Gets it back, can't finish, gets her own rebound though. Outside Kostyal-Larrier, free throw line jumper, barely grazes iron. And it'll be Hannon on the rebound for Yeshiva.
Boy, Morales is playing so hard.
Sigmund going baseline. Underneath, awkward looking layup, no good. And Baruch have numbers if they want to push the tempo. It's a 3-on-1. Finds McRae underneath. McRae, who couldn't corral it, inside to Kostyal-Larrier. Going up, she gets fouled on the way up. And once again, we'll go to the free throw line.
Well, Baruch did everything right on that play, but got a little bottled up. But they're going to have to keep trying to get that advantage. Don't let Yeshiva set up. Kostyal-Larrier, just such an impressive player.
And 0 for 2, though, at the line on that trip. Ooh, Morales may have had the look. Instead, gives it out to Idea. Crossover move. May have got hacked a little bit on the way through. Now Lopez inside to McRae. Nope. It's going to go out of bounds and back to Yeshiva.
Yeah, these are tough. Their intention is meant well, but, sometimes there's just nothing there.
Entrance pass. Zaretsky, who just checked into the game, loses it, though. Baruch, almost turned it over there, but now it's Kostyal-Larrier right into the lane. Shot goes up, no good, rolls off rim. However, going back to the line to shoot 2. She just missed 2 from moments ago there, and only 50% tonight, 4 of 8 from the free throw line.
Yeah, we keep saying these are literally free. The attempt to get free points, and you really want to capitalize that to just, help yourself out any way you can. David, what we've seen here from Coach K is, how he's using his bench. Ledesma was really, the only person he went deeper. Oh, she's coming in now, but we haven't seen more than that in terms of his rotation.
Yeah, went to right now working with a 7-person rotation this afternoon against Yeshiva. As it's been Lopez and Ledesma off the bench so far here in the ballgame, as the 3 there by Molly Donker, no good. Ball but still loose. Idea comes away with it. Behind the back dribble to create some space as Cohen's draped all over her. And it's going to be a carry against Idea, and it's going to go back to Yeshiva.
Hey, David, correct me if I'm wrong. She just called, a carry. Everybody's carrying these days, right?
Yeah.
So why that? I don't know.
Either way, it'll go to the Maccabees as the 3 straight on by Schwartz. No good. Seen she's not afraid to pull. Sigmund now back out to Schwartz. Had the open look again. Instead moves it around the perimeter. Crossover move by Molly Donker. Ledesma out on her. Cohen driving baseline on the near side. Ball batted around. Loose. Lopez comes away with it. Watch out. Cohen's trying to strip her from behind. Lopez goes up to the basket. She's fouled on the way through and will go to the line.
David, what would have been the ideal world is somebody would have been trailing in the lane and Lopez would have been able to literally pitch it to her in the middle of the lane.
The lead back up to 16. A minute 06 remaining here in the third quarter. Baruch trying to keep up the momentum they've built over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
I keep saying I would love Lopez to emerge as the floor leader. And in games like this to kind of set the tone, to right the ship.
Ooh, Aaron 3 there by Cohen. However, offensive rebound. And it's going to be a travel on Cohen as she got the ball back from Zaretsky.
Well, the defense caused that because Baruch stepped in. If you apply pressure, David, Yeshiva has no answer.
And Baruch have an opportunity to get a 2-for-1 here. Inside out, Lopez to Ledesma to Lopez. Lopez off the glass. Ooh, couldn't finish. But it's McRae going straight back up with it. And great offense there by Baruch. Scoring that bucket at the 42nd mark. Have a chance now for that 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, McRae has paid dividends today.
As Molly Donker hits a wide open 3 on the far side.
Well, Ledesma was there, and she just needed to put a hand up to impede the vision.
Idea working on Cohen. Ooh, Cohen getting a little handsy. And that's going to be her 5th. So that's not what you want if you're Coach Cohen and Yeshiva sending Idea to the line with 10.9 remaining. Great defense there by Cohen. Just a little too handsy towards the end.
Right, but what I would have done if I was Idea, I would have passed to the wing and just carried through. And she probably would have had a great shot inside the paint.
I think what they were trying to do from the Baruch perspective is kill a little bit more time off the clock to get a little bit less than the 10.9, because now, granted, they'll get the 2 points, and Yeshiva will also have an opportunity to get last shot for the quarter.
Right.
As Idea knocks them both down, so even a worse foul there is Idea perfect from the line on that trip. Bounce pass to Leitner now. Leitner puts it on the deck, goes past Ideer. Floater in the lane. Oh, no good. Ball batted loose. McRae's going to have to put something up. Half court. I don't think she got it off in time anyway. Off glass. No good. And just like that, Joe, what was 1-6 in the quarter, make it 5, 36-31. Baruch going on a 19-6 run to close out the quarter.
Well, David, let's shout out McRae. McRae added some energy in that third quarter and, helped to get back the mojo for the Lady Bearcats. Now, this is going to be a telltale, whether it's the men's team or the women, that you're going to need people to kind of step up. It may be a play or two, but if you look at the total picture, might have been the difference maker. So let's shout out McRae. And we're in a good spot going into the fourth period. But what we want to do in the fourth period, if I'm Baruch, is cut down on turnovers and everything positive. Run plays. David, at this point, you're playing for the next game. Really, let's say this game is in the bag, but you want to leave this game on a high note.
So coming into the fourth, Baruch going to be up 18. Curious as well, really just kind of keep the foot on the gas for the next 5-6 minutes, and then maybe you'll start seeing some of that bench for the Bearcats as well.
Yeah. This is a luxury day. You can give some people some rest, and you're always wanting to get your second group ready because they may have to step in, and, you want that next man up and everybody game ready. At this point, David, it's psychological now. The Bearcats, how can they preserve this lead?
And if you hadn't had a chance to see the women's team for Baruch, your next opportunity would be Monday, December 1st, as they'll host Pratt University. So they'll have 8 days, Joe, between this game and that one. Nothing on the road between the two. As Leitner takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Baruch seems to be playing Pratt often. And again, like St. Joseph's of Brooklyn and Pratt, you don't want to take these people, softly. These, local matchups outside of CUNY.
Bounce pass to Morales. Morales drives in the lane, looking for options, kicks it out to Kostyal-Larrier at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper, gets that one to go. Nice mid-range game there from Kostyal-Larrier.
Well, those shots are going to be there if you're patient.
And she leads all scorers with 15 tonight. Three ball there by Leitner, no good. And it's going to be Kostyal-Larrier on the rebound. Morales also boxing out underneath. Kostyal-Larrier right into the lane, working against Schwartz. Hands it off to DeLuca. DeLuca had the look here. A shot way short, though. Had Ideer here on the near side wing.
Well, what I want to see, David, in this final period is good shot selection, ball movement, a lot of spacing, and a little two-man game, which we've seen flashes of in this game.
Molly Donker now on the far side, takes the pick from Hannon. Hannon inside, triple teamed almost, outside to Leitner on the near side. Leitner puts it on the deck, driving baseline, bounce pass, but right into the waiting hands of Morales.
Well, that was a turnover waiting to happen.
As Morales trying to find the cutting McRae, they almost turn it over. Outside Ideer, straight on three, and she knocks it down. Lola Ideer hits her third three of the afternoon.
Ideer really can do a lot of things for this team, and I think she's going to be great when needed. And I want to see her get confidence in abundance because that's going to get her to do what she can do.
And she steps out on Schwartz, who answers on the other end. Silky shot there by number 5, Alana Schwartz.
Well, the hand was up, but she made a good shot.
Ideer near side to Lopez. Bounce pass inside to Morales. Morales puts it on the deck. Lays it in with the left hand. Nice move there to go around the defender.
Yeah, shout out to Morales. She's had a solid game on both ends of the court.
12 points, 10 rebounds. That's a double-double for her. Throwing the 4 steals. Really filling up the stat sheet as Yeshiva turn it over, and it'll go back to Baruch. Yeshiva really just the last, I would say, 4 minutes of the third, and now the first 2.5 of the fourth, really letting it slip away.
But the defense is holding firm, David, for Baruch.
It's been suffocating at times.
And causing the turnovers. It's kind of that simple. Now,
nice find by Kostyal-Larrier to McRae, who popped out on the far side. Shot no good. Schwartz has Sigmund up ahead, who lays it in off the glass. Baruch just caught out in transition there.
Yeah, that's what causes you, again, to lose your hair if you're a coach, because you just literally got beat.
Kostyal-Larrier now out to McRae. Oh, one more. Nope, instead it went through Lopez's hands as Idea was open here on the near side wing. Now Kostyal-Larrier into the lane. She'll pull a step back jumper, no good. Idea fighting for it underneath, gets the rebound into McRae, up with the left hand and lays it in. Good hustle play there by Idea to crash the boards.
And a good pass and a good catch. Okay, let's give everybody credit. But if you look at the highlight film day, you see just a lot of good execution by the Lady Bearcats throughout this game. And we want to capitalize that. Last 6 minutes, confidence building, David, going into the next game.
Ooh, nice move by Lopez. Nice find to Morales underneath. Handoff underneath the basket, and Morales able to finish on the weak side.
David, big-time play by Lopez. It was like a no-look shuffle pass.
That's her fourth assist. Now Leitner over to Schwartz up top. Working against Lopez. Turns it over, though. As now up ahead of the pack, Kostyal-Larrier. All by herself. Lays it in with the right hand.
Well,
and
David,
it's going to be a timeout for Coach Katrozos as Baruch leads 68-42 with 5:41 remaining.
That was the knockout punch now. You know, City College should, I don't know if they came down by train or they have a bus, but they should start the car up or, you know, get their, what do you call the Omni Pass? I forgot. No more Metro cars.
Yeah.
Right. It's the Omni. It's the Omni Pass.
Yeshiva will have a quick ride home at least.
Do they have to switch trains or they can go directly back up to where I think they're in Washington Heights, right?
Yeshiva?
Yeah. City College, you can get there directly from here. But Yeshiva, I think you may have to switch.
They're on the Upper East Side, 184th.
Wow, okay.
In Amsterdam.
So they have to go west. So they may have a bit of a commute, but City College, boom, they just go right up.
So Baruch up 26 with 5:41 remaining. Both teams breaking the huddle. Same 5 for the Bearcats, and it'll be Cohen who just checks back into the game for Yeshiva.
So I wonder when Coach K is going to go to his bench with 5:41 to go. Maybe this is the last stand for some of the starters.
Baruch setting up in the 2-3 zone. Cohen takes the pick. As that's Ashkenazi who just checked into the game. Long 2 there, no good.
David, while we have a second, I don't know if you know, but many years ago, Yeshiva had a big 6'11" player drafted by the Portland Trailblazers in the men's team.
Unaware.
Yeah, that's very interesting. He never made it early cut in training camp, but
Schwartz straight on 3, steps right into it. 70-45, Baruch lead. Idea finds Morales underneath, and this game, Joe's really opening up end-to-end stuff here the last couple of possessions.
David, I like it because Baruch is practicing what's going to get them wins moving forward. Execution.
Ashkenazi on the far side, puts it on the floor, gives it off to Cohen here on the near side. Cohen into the lane, trying to create some space. She's fouled. I think they're going to call it on Morales underneath. And that's going to send Cohen to the line to shoot 2. Cohen's first 2 free throws on the young season.
Millie Decker and number 25, Danielle Zaretsky, check to the backside. 2 shots for Ali Cohen.
David, this team on the floor now for Baruch is really the go-to team. That's hopefully going to, just really go very far this year. But we are impressed by the depth that Coach K has.
Nice find underneath as Kostyal-Larrier able to lay it in.
Ideas had just a solid game in all departments.
So M-Crowd able to knock down a 3 there. Baruch lead by 25, coming in on 4 minutes remaining here in the ball game. As Lopez has it up top, looking for options. Ooh, stutters almost a little bit. Spin move, going baseline, finishes. And one, and she'll go to the line for a chance at an old school 3-point play as Mandy Lynn and Sophia Forte waiting to check into the game.
Well, Lopez with unlimited ability. She would definitely, on another team, she might be the go-to player on a lot of other teams. Well, Coach K's gone to his bench, and many shout-outs to go around today in a game that, I guess if you're Baruch, you expect to win, but it's how you win.
4 players in double figures. DeLuca and Lopez both have 8 as well, as Juan Lu is checked into the game for the Bearcats. Inside-out game. Ball swung around the perimeter. Molly Donker on the far side. Shot no good. Long rebound. Lopez picks that one up. Might have went through some contact there. Kostyal-Larrier. Ooh, trying to find Forte underneath. That ball's batted out of bounds, and it'll stay right there with the Bearcats. 3:28 remain here in the ball game.
Sophia Forte from James Madison, a PSAL team in Brooklyn. Haven't heard that school mentioned in a long time. It was where I grew up. It was the school that people in my neighborhood went to.
Handoff to Lopez. Lopez inside out. Lynn over to Kostyal-Larrier. She'll find herself open and knock down a straight on 3. She's got 22.
Well, she's had a quiet 22 today, David, but she's had a ton of help.
Hannah Pompa checking into the game as Lopez comes to the bench. And outside of Kostyal-Larrier, the whole bench has been, the whole team is basically reserves at this point. 3 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Molly Donker, far side cross-court pass to Leitner. Pompa closes her out, and Leitner able to knock down a 3.
Well, at this point, with such a sizable lead, again, you don't want to give away gifts here late.
Kostyal-Larrier, the last one to sub out here as Sarah Liu checks into the game. The freshman guard forward from James Madison.
Ah, there you go, James Madison in the house.
As Schwartz pulls it from straight on and gets that one to go, and a few threes here in a row have decreased the lead to 24 for the Bearcats.
Well, David Schwartz has had some success today.
So now Liu has it on the far side, looking for options. Pompa comes out, puts it on the deck, almost loses it, gives it off to Forte. Now Forte loses it. A bit of an errant pass there by Pompa. Now it's Schwartz up ahead of the pack, and that is Ashkenazi can't finish. Leitner gets fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And give this Yeshiva team credit, Joe, not giving up, down by 24 here late in the game.
Well, the thing about it is Coach Cohen is really trying to get it going for the next game as well. He understands what happened today, but again, you're always trying to move forward. Pompa is from Peru. It's good to see when international students come to New York.
And off on the second. Long rebound, though. Out to Leitner. Nope, still loose. Pampa Leitner fighting for it. Leitner kind of throws into no man's land, where it's run down by Rashti, the center from the senior center, who just checked into the game for Yeshiva. Schwartz inside. Ball's batted out of the hands of Rashti, and now it's the other way with Lou.
I like the way Pampa plays, David.
And just some sloppy basketball right now, maybe a little bit expected with some of the more cold players on the floor.
But you know what? When you have a player on the bench like Pampa, you can insert her for like energy, which is always good. She's always trying to go for the ball.
And now Schwartz heading to the free throw line.
Well, for Yeshiva, Schwartz is really one of their better players and looks good. I mean, she's done her job today.
And, rounded out, no good, but Rashti able to pull down the rebound. Back up top to Schwartz. Over to Leitner, thinks about the three. Nope, instead takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, Coach K, he's got a lot to talk about in the locker room after the game, but I think deep down he's happy with the performance, and Baruch just has to make some adjustments.
And last off, Lou on the far side, as Leitner was all over her, and it'll go back to Yeshiva.
Now, Coach K wants the second unit to just continue to play defense on a high level, and when they're called on moving forward to be able to really contribute.
Shot there, no good. However, Ashkenazi runs down the rebound. Schwartz now on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. Inside out is Holman, who's just checked into the game for Yeshiva, and there's going to be a whistle there on the far side. And they're going to call it off the ball, so Yeshiva quite not yet in the bonus. That was the fourth team foul for the Bearcats.
Yeah, the Bearcats on defense now, it doesn't matter who's on the floor for Yeshiva. They just have to really there's a great play. Good deflection, good anticipation.
Schwartz cross-court pass batted away by Lou, so Yeshiva will have 7 to shoot here. And Schwartz really the only remaining starter on the floor for both sides here. She's, as you said, Joe, had a pretty strong game herself.
This is a pretty big stand for Baruch because you're going to win championships on your defensive efforts, no matter what the situation is. Even though it's a really, the game is over, but Coach K wants to go in the locker room hanging his head on your defensive performance.
So now Schwartz up top. Potentially Yeshiva's final possession there. Ashkenazi's three, no good. Leitner runs it down. Inside to Rashti, goes up through the contact, and that'll send her to the free throw line. 14.7 remaining here in the ball game.
Third personal foul, the team's fifth. 2 shots for Hannah Rashti.
Well, you gotta give your shout out when deserved. Yeshiva played as hard as they can, and we wish them luck going forward. They are a New York rival, and there's nothing better than New York rivalries.
And now Juan Lu will be able to just run this out as the clock ticks away. Your final score from the Arc Arena, and Baruch picking up their first home win of the season. Baruch 79, Yeshiva 60, and really, Joe, an all-around effort from these Bearcats. You're talking about 4 players in double figures, 2 more players with 8 points apiece.
Yeah, there was some great execution, offensively, defensively. I've always liked the way the players came out with good body language and just staying in front, moving their hands and their feet. And right now, David, everything's a work in progress, but you got a good feeling that Coach K and the staff is on the right track. And he's got the players that he needs. So Yeshiva, let's credit them. They played. We talked about Schwartz, did her best. And, we move forward now. And, every game is exciting. And every game, brings you closer to the possibility of a championship. That's the bottom line. That's what we know here at Baruch. We're not satisfied unless we hoist that trophy. But the fact that the bench got to play today is always good because, again, you're going to need them when you least expect it. So I think it was an overall great effort, David, in every category. I think you would agree that not a lot to take away negatively, right? Tough game because of the mismatch.
Yeah, I think they really just kind of went through that one rough spell kind of towards the end of the second quarter, maybe even into the third quarter where we thought, maybe it was slipping away. Yeshiva got it down to 5 at 36-31, and just like that, the Bearcats able to really break it open and stretch that lead back out.
Sometimes you have that mental lapse when you're going good, right? It's not when you're going bad, but when you're going good, you take your foot off the gas pedal. But I hope that some of the leaders like Idea, Lopez emerge and right the ship because Coach K can only do so much, but you need that on-the-court leader to, correct the lapse, broken play. So, in all, credit Yeshiva, played their best. But we're in good shape if you're a Baruch Lady Bearcat fan. God willing, everybody stays healthy. And some great basketball ahead.
And if you didn't have a chance to come out to the Arc Arena to see them play Yeshiva tonight, you have the opportunity on December 1st. That's a Monday night at 6 p.m. against Pratt. Our next broadcast will be a men's game Tuesday night, this upcoming Tuesday, against Stevens. So that will do it for us here at the Arc Arena. Once again, your Bearcats beating out Yeshiva 79-60. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Have a great afternoon, everybody.